All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to talk reality because, and I'm telling you, I get a kick out of it because some of y'all get so mad about it, that Gervonta Davis's team, in the person of Leonard Ellerbe, really kind of flew at the Devin Haney camp, as did Keith one-time Thurman, and exposed the fairy tale facade of the Haneyites. Let's talk about exactly how they did it in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, we're going to be in the 140-pound division, where Leonard Ellerbe of Team Mayweather / Gervonta Davis lit in to Team Devin Haney, as did Keith one-time Thurman. And I'm telling you, I'm hearing it more and more. A lot of other people as well, because the dog and pony show really must come to an end. Specifically, Leonard Ellerbe says that although Devin Haney makes millions of dollars, there's a problem with his fight, which is that his promoter is losing money on him. Now, how could that be, and what's the significance of that? Before I get into the details of it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit that subscribe button. Also, thank you to everybody that has been a supporter of the channel for a long time or just recently. And thank you to everybody that supports in the super thanks of this video. You can see it down below. Let's get into this though. All right, man. Have you ever heard a term called balling on a budget? I don't know if kids use that anymore, but when I was a young man, we used to say that, man. Oh, man, you're balling on a budget. So what is balling on a budget? Balling on this budget, when you go to the club, you shine in the brightest you can shine. But you may be having a used Rolex on, not either a used Rolex or a completely fake Rolex. You got some Gucci, but it's some knockoff Gucci, right? You might have some big chains on, but man, you know that is plate gold, you know? So, and fake as they come, but you claim it's platinum, but really it's white gold, that type of stuff, right? Balling on a budget. And pretty much that is what Leonard Ellerbe is saying that Devin Haney is doing. He's balling on a budget. Let me explain. Devin Haney unquestionably makes millions of dollars. How much money? We don't know. How much? Don't know. Over 10? No way. People were saying, oh, Devin makes as much money as Gervonta Davis. And for years, I think that may have been the first thing that I ever heard. Where besides a lot of ducking allegations, it made me think, y'all's just saying anything, right? At this point, y'all just saying anything. So he says he makes as much money as Gervonta does, but at the same time saying he had to sacrifice for the Kambosos fights, which were his biggest paydays. Really doesn't match up. But he is making millions of dollars, right? Guaranteed at the least of $1.5 million in the last fight that he had against Regis Prograis. Then he probably got kicked in a bonus for whatever pay-per-views were sold, whatever. Let's just assume it, right? But that's so he's balling. Millions of dollars is balling. What's the budget? The budget is the fact that his fights are actually losing money. And Eddie Hearn and Matchroom are not making any money. So since they have to they are not able to recoup their losses, right? That means the fight for Devin Haney. The last fight was actually in the red. So the whole thing was a loss. So if you're making money off somebody else's loss, you are on their budget, right? He's on. So you're balling on a budget. You are not out there earning a ton of money for the people that are putting on the fight. And people like to talk about how much money you make versus how much money you generate. Those are two different things. You can say, well, what's the value of somebody? Is it how much money they make, or is it how much money they generate? Well, if you're dealing with somebody and they're on your network, right, and you are partnered with them, you care about how much money they generate. Like a salesman, you don't say, well, the salesman's going to make $200,000. I'm going to pay him $200,000 as a base salary. You'd think that's how much it costs you. What is he worth? He's worth the $5 million in sales he may bring in, right? So that's what he should be considered being worth to you. So when we talk about the Devin Haney fight with Gervonta Davis, and people talk about, oh, Devin's making the money, you have to think and this is something that Steven Espinoza said about the Devin Haney situation, comparing Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. He said, look, man, when you look at Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, that's a case where 1 + 1 = 4. And why is that? Because you have entirely two different fan bases. And Ryan Garcia can bring in his fan base to a Gervonta Davis fight, right? But does Devin Haney have that? No, Devin Haney has a subsection of the same fan base. So the fact that Ryan Garcia's fights may lose money for DAZN, it may lose money. But for Gervonta, as it relates to Gervonta, that money is an additional source of revenue. It's an additional source of revenue because it is a different fan base. And you know it's a different fan base because ain't no way most of the people that are listening to this chat on Black American live video channel for the most part. And I know there's my Puerto Ricans and everybody else. Shout out to y'all, no doubt. Rest in peace, John Bowie. Definitely don't say that you're not underappreciated. Believe it. However, a lot of y'all ain't really Ryan Garcia fans. Ryan Garcia fans are out there on TikTok, right? They're out there on TikTok. They're on there. Their attention spans mostly ain't gonna run 8-10 minutes to listen to this whole thing. So anyway, that is bringing something additional to the table. But if you have the same demographic, but you're losing money, man, look, you're not going to get any concessions. You're not going to get anything from this guy to make that fight, because that just means you cost even more money, right? You're costing money because you're not bringing anything else to the table. And then if you're not going to make any concessions, like fight at 135, or if it's at 136, you have a catch weight, then dude, all you're doing is bringing risk and you're not bringing any additional reward. And when you're not bringing any additional reward, man, come on, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear it. So this is something that people over there that are actually doing the business at DAZN know. The people at the PBC know. And it doesn't matter how many people say what on the internet, which brings me into Keith Thurman and his hilariousness, because he was like, look, man, Bill can go and get on any and everybody's podcast all day, every day. Man, ain't nobody really trying to hear that. That doesn't really mean anything. Talking about somebody's afraid, this guy's afraid, or that guy's afraid. Man, afraid of what? Afraid of getting outboxed? Devin Haney's a terrific boxer. But it's not like he's going to walk up in there and he's going to roll over some of these welterweights. So look, man, I just think Devin Haney's got work to do if he's going to actually try to catch up with the image that you guys are trying to paint him. At this point in time, other than being in the boxing ring and what he can do in the ring, brother, it's a lot of fake it till you make it. There's a lot of fake it till you make it going on over there. As far as the money and how much money his fights actually generate, it's a lot of fake it till you make it talk. As far as how much money he makes himself, a lot of fake it till you make it talk. As far as what his true fan base is, a lot of fake it till you make it talk, right? Again, balling on a budget, man, and everybody can see it. That dude is not Gervonta Davis. He's not Errol Spence Jr. He's not Canelo Alvarez. He's not bringing in the numbers like that or anywhere near like that. So he's just got to play his part, the role that God gave him, which appears to me, don't want to speak for God, to be a very, very good fighter that has the ability to beat anybody that gets in the ring with him, who's going to wind up being a very wealthy man, provided he's not spending all his money on this balling that he's doing, on his budget, But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.